G'day folks, I'm Wren, they, them, and I have too many books.
Yeah, you do.
So about a year ago, year and a half, I did a video where I got a random number generator to tell me how many books I have to unhaul.
Your pain in that video, just so funny.
Yeah, I rewatched a little bit of it this morning and I was like, oh, I remember this.
Yeah, you were in pain.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do it again. Last time I at least had a slight idea that I wanted to unhaul a lot of books. This time it's like, I only have so much space on my shelves and like in my brain for books. So I need to cut down. And there are a bunch of books on here where I'm like, I'm probably not gonna ever touch them. So I should just get rid of them so I can put books on there that I do want to read and that I will enjoy or that I know I will reread.
Can I do it?
You're gonna pick my number?
Can I do it? Can I do it? What's the minimum? 1?
The minimum?
10?
Yeah, minimum 10.
Maximum 100!
No!
50.
In the last video, I was like, oh, I'll do 50. And then I was like,
50.
I'll do 75 instead and got 51. Hated myself for it.
So 50.
Yeah, we'll do 50.
Guest star. Oh god, am I gonna be on camera? Hi guys. So we'll do 1, 2, 3 and take it on the 3rd. So, no, 1, 2, 3. 23.
Okay, that's...
Better than the 40s. Bye
yeah.
guys.
So, 23. That's manageable. I did see the 40s and got very scared. Now I want to be an arsehole and be like, let's see if I can do more than last time. Let's not. First one I do know, Piranesi. I was so desperate to read this and then I read, I don't know, maybe 50-ish pages and like it was good and I could see myself liking it, but I have no desire to get back to this. I just needed a little bit more sense in this nonsensical kind of story. So, number 1. I know there are 2 from here I want to get rid of. Okay, so we have The Library of the Unwritten and The Archive of the Forgotten. This is book 1 and 2 in this series. I think there's only 3. The 3rd one only came out, I don't know, either like halfway through 2024 or slightly early. I don't know, but it like kind of recently came out. I read the first one, 5 stars. I loved it so much and I was desperate to read the second one. I can't tell you a single thing that happened. So I can't read the second one because I would have to reread the first one to figure out, you know, anything. I don't want to do that. I've been wanting to continue the series ever since I read this one, like at least a year, if not more. And the thought of having to reread this, agonizing. So I'm not going to do it. Are you immediately going to steal these books? So we're on 3, so that's 20 more to go. Oh no. And like I do want to get some off of my queer shelf because I have this one dedicated shelf for queer books and it's getting at capacity. So I want to try and get rid of stuff from here, but I also don't know.
You're a bad guy.
I am a bad guy. I'm already struggling. Oh, okay. Black Wings Beating, I'm gonna get rid of. I got Jonah to pick a book for me for a TBR like a month or 2 ago and he picked this. Super thankful for it. It sounds really interesting. I think it's just too much for me. Like I read the synopsis and I'm like, oh, that could be cool, but oh my god, the fantasy, it's just a bit too much for me. And this is just gonna sit on my shelves for probably years, like shaming me. So it's gonna go. I'll come back to the queer shelf. The annoying thing about fantasy books is they sound so interesting. Okay, contemporary. This is so not going well. Okay, I think I will get rid of Queenie. This was a book like I had seen around and I was like, oh, that's cool, doesn't sound like my kind of thing. Me being me, saw it in an op shop, thought, huh, I'll buy that. And then it sat on my shelves. I love this cover, it is stunning, and I'm sure this book is great. I don't think it's gonna be for me. I could be wrong, but it just, not my kind of thing. So, gonna get rid of this. And that makes 5. Okay, you know what, let's be ruthless. Alright, we have Gold of the Gods by Bear Grylls. This has been on my TBR several times. And there's something that Kirsty said a while ago that keeps like playing in my head. Where she was like, if it's, don't look so scared. She was like, if it's been on multiple TBRs, do you actually want to read it? And I was like, huh, that keeps happening to me with several books. And this is one of them. I wanted to read it because Max really loved this, and he always said that like the Bear Grylls books were like better than Hatchet. But I'm like, nothing's better than Hatchet, okay? But I wanted to give it a go. It's been on so many TBRs, and like it's a middle grade. It is like 270 pages with really big writing.
Yeah, if you've not read it by now, you're not gonna read it.
Exactly. What else has been on lots of TBRs?
I mean, I can think of one.
No, I'm not going there. I will read it.
Wren is also very good at self-denial.
The Once and Future Witches.
It's fair. No, I get it. It's fair. I don't think it would be for you.
Yeah.
Like, I find it beautiful. I think you would probably just not like it.
I had heard about this. I was like, cool, everyone seems to love it. Don't think it's my thing. Again, op shop, bought it. I think it would be great, but I could see myself getting really bored. And like just like reading the synopsis, I'm like, I get it, but I'm not interested. So this is gonna go. Okay, I'm also gonna get rid of Strange Worlds Travel Agency. This is a middle grade. I picked it up because I think the author was queer. So I was like, yay. I don't think I actually want to read what this is about. It's fine. Like, I have other middle grades that I'm way more excited about. And this one, I just keep seeing it and like glazing over it every time I'm searching my shelves. So I think it can go. It's also a very cool cover. I do like that. Ooh, I think I'm also just going to ignore the manga shelf. Okay, we've moved all the way down here because this is the horror thriller mystery shelf and there's no space on this. I need to get rid of some of these. Okay, I think I can get rid of this. Yeah, this is called Lost. I saw it in an op shop and I was like, oh, that's a really cool cover because there's like a little like cutout kind of thing. And it had the word lost, which is kind of one of my buzzwords. I don't want to read it. So it's gone. Oh, I know some. Absolutely can go. 2 Stephen Kings. These can go. Pet Sematary and Misery. I don't ever want to read Stephen King. So, yeah. Everyone might, you know, love him, but he's questionable. So, no. Yeah. Okay, Grief Cottage. I picked this up at a library sale. Shouldn't have, because it's about grief, and that's just not what I want to deal with. Also, it has deckled edges, which I didn't realize. So yeah, that's going immediately. Okay, you know what else I always say I'm going to read? Gone Girl. Everyone says it's like one of the best like thrillers ever. I don't want to read it because I have to read it physically, and like that's just not something I want to do. If there was an audiobook I could actually access, I would, but I don't care. Oh no. I think that's about it for that. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. There's a contemporary here. The American Roommate Experiment. I don't know why I picked this up, because I tried to read The Spanish Love Deception, whatever, from this author. Hated it. Oh, this is getting hard. Wait, let me do a count. Okay, I have 14. That's not too bad. Oh, this is getting hard. Alright, I found a few more. First one is Escape Routes. This was again a library purchase. I was pulled in by the cover. It's a short story collection, which I don't really have the best of luck with. I have other short story collections that I would want to read more than this one. But like, it's just such a nice cover. But yeah, this one's gonna go. The next one is a series. I started reading the first one last month, and the writing was good, but I just didn't like the dynamic, and I don't want to pick it up again. And that's the Bergman Brothers series. So it's Only When It's Us, Always Only You, and Ever After Always. I picked these up in England at the Works because they were like £1 each, and I was like, oh my god, awesome, so cheap. And I had wanted to read these. I'd heard such good things about them. And I started reading this first one, and it was like I could potentially like the characters, but their dynamic of this like antagonizing each other on purpose and like, oh, it's flirting, I hate that. I hate it a lot. And I think if I did try and push through and read this, it would have at most gotten a 3 stars, and that's because there's nothing technically wrong with it. It just isn't for me. And because I'm not feeling this, it makes me not want to pick up the rest of the series, so all of these are going to go. And I think they're going home with Kirsty. Alright, next is The Three Assassins. I got this from Max recently. He was doing a huge unhaul, and when Kirsty and I went to see him, he was like, books, do you want? And we were like, okay, let's have a look. I brought home way too many, and the only reason I picked this up was because I know that Max loved it, and he unhauled this because he was going to get a different edition that matched a whole bunch of others from this same author, because he really likes this author. I don't care at all about these 3 assassins. Assassins don't really do much for me. I know they do for Kirsty. The look she just gave me.
What? No, I smiled.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But yeah, I have no interest in it. It was really just because Max loved it. I was like, oh, maybe I'll give it a go. Knowing full well, I definitely was not going to give it a go. Alright, unfortunately there are 2 more from Max. This is Cain's Jawbone. Max read this because he really likes these kind of mixed media-esque books, and this is one where, yeah, a novel that is simultaneously a murder mystery and the most fiendishly difficult literary puzzle ever written. The pages have been printed in an entirely haphazard order, but it is possible, through logic and intelligent reading, to sort them into the only correct order, revealing 6 murder victims and their prospective murderers. I don't have the brain cells for this. I don't know if Max solved it properly, but he had a good time with it. He thought it was really interesting. He is more, I don't know, like literary than I am, and really likes delving deep into the hows and whys of stories and like translations, and he really gets in depth with things, which is awesome. Like, he's very analytical. It's a very good time, but I'm not. So I don't think I would enjoy this. I wanted to think that I could. I can't. And then we have Hummingbird Salamander by Jeff Vandermeer. I got this from him because Jeff Vandermeer, and I love the Southern Reach trilogy, which is no longer a trilogy. I don't know what it's called now, but I loved that, and I was like, oh, I should maybe give Jeff Vandermeer another go. But I don't know what this is. Yeah, it's like some kind of mystery thing. It could be cool. I don't think I have the brain power for it. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20. That's 21! Ha! I only got 2 more. Let's take them from the queer shelf, because I need to. I knew there was one on my queer shelf I wanted to get rid of, and that is All That's Left in the World. Love this cover. I think this will be a fun-ish time, but it's about an apocalypse. I really don't like apocalypse stuff. I think they're really boring. Like, to read about, very boring. Movies, sometimes less boring. But I don't like apocalypse stuff, so I'm gonna get rid of this. Even though there's like a signed book plate and everything. yeah, it's just not gonna be for me, even though it's queer. I don't care. One more. Kirsty, what shelf should I take this last book from? Don't you dare say manga. Or favourites.
I didn't even get a chance to take the breath in. Non-fiction.
Non-fiction. Oh. I mean, there's one I've read that I won't reread. Alright, the last book is Dark Emu. I read this last month. I think I gave it 4.5. It was fantastic. Really, really loved it. I'm not going to reread it, but I think it's a fantastic book and like everyone should go read it. It's really interesting and a great Indigenous Australian history and about like agriculture type things. So fascinating, and it was great, but I'm not going to reread it, so I won't keep it on my shelves. But that is it. That's 23, 5, 10, 15, 23. All there. Now I'm doing that asshole thing where I'm like, I want to do more. But that was already difficult. But my camera's about to die, so thank you so much for watching this unhaul, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.